Hey, today is Wednesday, October 28th, 2020. This is the Kubernetes CSI implementation meeting. Let's go down our usual agenda, starting with the 119 release. We have docs updates in progress. I guess Xing, I think I gave you some comments. Have you been able to take a look at them?
Oh, not yet. I will take a look.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. Um, it's still on my plate to figure out what's going on with the builds for the previous, the 2 releases ago, patch releases. I believe the images are actually successfully published to Quay. It's just some problem on my machine that I can't pull them. So I still need to kind of play around with that and figure out what's going on. I believe this is done. I think the latest, I think Patrick submitted a couple of updates yesterday. So this should be complete, and hopefully that means our tests are looking good. Let's take a look. At least I don't see any red. It was things on, I think, 119. Ah, there we go. Bunch of fails, and now things are passing. Cool. Awesome, awesome. All right, this is looking awesome. Thank you so much. So let's mark that as complete. I think the update also included the new snapshot controller, so that's complete too. And then on the CSI proxy side, I think that's something Jing is still investigating. I think her latest update is that the credentials from the build job seem to have expired. So she needs to recreate new credentials and update the job to use it. But I think we also need to figure out why the credentials expired in the first place. And if we need to actually put in some like credential rotation mechanism to handle this automatically. So that's something Jing is investigating. That's all I have left tracking for the last release. Moving on to 120, we have a number of PRs in progress. This one is still on my plate to review. I will try to get to that today. Fixing the race condition between node unstage and delete volume. I believe Sidecot was going to maybe try to start a discussion on this this week. I will ping him on that. For this PR, I think, Christian, you said you were going to take over this?
Yes, I am. I looked at it a little bit yesterday, and I think that this is already addressed in the CSI attacher, but we still need to resolve it in the CSI plugin because we no longer do deletion in CSI attacher on failure.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you. Next is this one. I think Jing had some feedback, and I think we're just waiting for the author to address them. I guess I'll try to ping this person and see if they can take a look at it soon. And next is Andy's change. I'll go ahead and ping Andy about this one too. I think he's back this week. Yeah, no update yet. I'll ping him on this. I'll leave that open. All right, and then moving on, we have our FS group work.
Yeah, I can give an update on my pieces for that. The End-to-end test has 2 failing tests. Those are not going to be addressed until we move it to beta, since the field isn't actually being applied. Basically, it passes when we expect to modify it because it's the current default behavior, and it's failing when we shouldn't modify it because the FS group policy isn't added to the CSI driver just yet. So it's dependent on the second PR where we talk about relaxing validation, and effectively I've just duplicated the validation code on update so that we're not calling the same validation whenever we initialize the object, and just removing the FS group policy check inside the update. And that PR should be pushed shortly after this meeting.
Awesome.
Or the update should be pushed
Thank
shortly
you.
after this meeting.
All right. So if let me update this a little bit. So this is in progress. And then this is in progress. Is this in progress?
Yes, the moving it to
Okay.
beta is in progress.
All right, awesome. And is this also are you moving it to beta and adding the E2E test in the same PR, or are they separate?
There are 2 PRs. The end-to-end test is one. Moving it to beta and relaxing validation is the second one. So these 2 cards are the same PR, and then the end-to-end test is a separate thing.
Okay, cool. And if you can you actually add the actual PRs into this list here?
I can try. I was trying to move those or edit those earlier, and it looked like I couldn't do anything on the cards. So
do you have membership to Kubernetes CSI?
I thought I did, but we can cycle back after this meeting
Okay,
and discuss it.
Sounds good. All right. And then I think a fix went in to add metrics, but I think there's some problems with it, at least for CSI. There's another fix out for that in progress. I guess, Hamat, have you had a chance to look at it?
Yeah, basically we asked the author to fix that that fully qualified function so that we don't special case it for this metric, and all the other metrics get fixed as well to consider the inline CSI volume source.
Mm-hmm.
That might be the better fix than just doing one-off fix. I haven't seen after that an update, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think the other thing that I wanted to have was like either a unit test or an E2E test. But I guess, do you know of any examples that they can follow of existing tests?
E2E we have, but unit we have operation generator, some unit tests, volume and map, like there are volume map and map unit tests are there in operation generator, operator generator. They can use that as an example. So
Yeah, maybe those operation generator tests could be a good example.
okay, and I'm still working on the moving the feature to beta for the FS group change policy, and I should be able to open a PR this week.
Sounds good. Also, Saikot has started working on the E2E test. I think he's written up a document with like the test cases. I'll ask him to share that with you so you can take a look.
Yeah, he pinged me on Slack, so
Okay.
awesome.
Awesome. Thank you very much. All right, next is volume snapshots.
I think Grant submitted a PR for metrics support. I think he has to have a couple questions for Shangqian, but I think, yeah, but he got a lot done. So we'll start reviewing those. Yeah, so we got those 3 working, couple of those up, work in progress, or review in progress actually. It's metrics work and then 2 E2E test. So I've been reviewing those tests. I see that Monaha is online. He has a question on I think he got some failures on the GCPD E2E test. May need some help maybe need someone to take a look at that.
Okay, this is for secrets?
Yeah. Mona, do
Okay.
you have anything to add? Is that you said there are some test failures from the GCPD, right?
Correct. Yeah. So in that peer, when I try it on my local, I'm using host path. So tests with that are working fine. But over here in the pro, it was one test was failing.
And that's a GCPD related.
Yes,
Okay. Yeah, maybe, yeah, Michelle, if you
maybe it is something related to the permissions.
Oh, could that be a problem? So does GCPD driver use secrets?
No, it doesn't.
Oh, okay, then it shouldn't. Okay, because it should just ignore it. I was just thinking if it's a wrong secrets, then that's not going to fail. But
Okay.
It could possibly
Sure.
be.
I'll ask some folks to help take a look and try to debug the failure.
okay, thanks.
Yes.
And then you also there was an issue that you opened. What that was what? That's so that's still issue. Is that sort of resolved?
That is still an issue actually. So when I try to install the CRDs from the latest master of Snapshotter, the test fails. But when I follow the actual guide that I pointed in that issue, it works fine.
Oh, maybe I wonder if it's the
I will
issue.
send an exact steps to reproduce that.
So it's only CRD. The only difference is CRD you installed it differently, but then the CRD we didn't really change, right? You're saying it's only the CRDs that are different. You basically install it from the new path. Oh, I'll take a look at that issue and see what. That's weird because we didn't really change the real APIs. It's really just installing from a different folder and then the package. But I don't think we are really using the path of that client or right, because you manually installed it. So okay.
One more question that I have is that so while doing E2E tests, we are actually not calling CSI calls. We are only calling the Kubernetes API calls.
Yeah.
So in future, is there any possibility that we'll be adding CSI
testing the CSI?
So that's done through the sanity tests.
Okay, that's well covered through the unit test directly, right?
Do we have snapshot tests for CSI sanity?
Yes, we do. Yeah, that's a different set of tests. So not this not the one that you're adding. Yeah, that's a different. It's in a different repo.
Okay, sure. I'll check.
Do we need to add any new test cases to CSI sanity?
We covered everything, right? So create, delete, list. I'll check and see if there's anything missing. But
okay, like the usage of secrets and things like that.
Those are probably
supporting secrets.
Yeah, those we may not have. But those, yeah, I think secret test is kind of tricky because we can. There's not everybody supporting it, and then you're going to fail some drivers because they don't support it.
Yeah, so CSI sanity I think has a way for you to specify any secrets to use in the test.
Okay.
Like I think the problem is if your plugin requires secrets and CSI sanity doesn't use secrets, then your CSI sanity test will fail.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Sure. Okay. So maybe we need something there too. I think we have general coverage, but maybe there's things like secrets probably missing. I don't know, or adding that thing added. Okay. Yeah. We can add those.
All right. Sounds good. And then you have the API change.
Yeah. Can you take another look? So this is there is one that is in tree, right? Maybe take a look at that one. That one, I think, shouldn't need any, because it's not really a API change. We just modified the text, the description.
Yeah.
And some, so some small changes on the validation, things like that. So if you can take a look, because nobody has to review that one yet. Can you take a look at that?
Okay. Sure. Yeah. I think this one though, it kind of depends on everything else to merge first.
Yeah. I just to make sure that we're not missing anything big, right?
Okay. Sounds good.
And then the other one, I think you look at it, but can you take another look, because I updated. I think it seems like your main concern is the testing. So I still need to do more testing, but I think there was other comments from you and Sad I addressed.
Oh, okay, yeah. I think my main concern with this one is we need to make sure like it still works with V1 Beta 1.
Yeah, okay, so it's mainly like we need to do some testing to make sure that, yeah, so I still need to, yeah, I'm still working on that, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Awesome. And then there's a couple of other things out.
Yeah, that one I think, Karthik, I think he has some things. I think he said his work will be a little bit late. We'll start working on this one a little bit later this week.
Okay.
Yeah, let's see. Oh, that's actually
This
already
is
one. Yeah, this is
duplicate.
already one. Okay, that's the, yeah, I mean, I added another one. It actually should be added as part of this.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, I think that.
More card in the tools.
I'm sorry?
In the to-dos, there is one more card for documentation, right at the bottom.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I've just created a PR for that.
Yeah, okay. Can you move that to the in progress, because
this one, the Swagger?
The central quota on left, that one has been there for a long time. Yeah, so he actually
okay.
Submitted the, yeah, he actually submitted the doc for that. Thanks.
Okay. I think it'd also be good, since this is user facing, it might be good to put it in the Kubernetes docs.
Yeah, sure.
Sure. Yeah. Thanks.
All right. And then Chris from my team, he's starting to look at the stress test this week.
Okay. Yeah, so I think the rest of them, so I think Grant, after he got the metrics in controller in good shape, then he can start working on the ETU test for that. And the webhook, I think that's like not required. We can have them later, right? So I think at least the required ones, we have people who submitted PR or are work in progress.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you very much. Let's see. Is Ben on the line? I guess, was there a Datapopulators meeting yesterday?
Yeah, we have a meeting.
Okay. I wasn't there, but were you there? Do you have an update?
I was, yeah. Yesterday we were mainly talking about, I think he was trying to go back and review his Hello Populator, and then we kind of talked about, oh, maybe we need to actually really write this thing and make it like a CSI, like a sidecar or something, have a like maybe even have a plugin model for the drivers to plug in their populator, but like we set up this thing because the populator will need to the populator controller will need to kind of make sure if we want to support a for first consumer, we need to make sure, it takes care of those things that is already probably part of the provisioner, probably already have those, but then we need something here as well to make sure schedule that right place. So it's getting more complicated now, I feel.
Yeah, I guess if there's any common things that like all populators would need to do, then, and it's like fairly complicated, like it's very tricky to handle all the corner cases and things like that, then it would be nice to have like a common library or a common something sidecar to do the complicated stuff.
Yeah, maybe a sidecar or something. Yeah, it's the only thing is I think there were some details we still need to sort out, like what kind of plugin is that? It's a driver. We even talked about like CSI driver plugin. Then I think it's different from what we thought about before, because you have backup vendors who are not really at the CSI driver layer, and you have storage vendors. So like which layer you want to have this one working? I mean, I'm not sure like whether we want to go to that deep, or maybe we just have something like a sample. Maybe we can have some controller to take care of the scheduling part, but then maybe the rest of them, maybe we have a sample, like CSI host bus drive type of thing, just but then
yeah,
there's
the main thing is that
way of using this actually. So
Yeah.
It's
I think having like a specific use case in mind and actually prototyping with like some real use case, I think would be valuable. Then we can it can help answer some of these questions, I think.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Thanks for the update. Next up is volume expansion.
I don't have anything new actually this week. Still have to update my PR for read write many expansion, update it for with Saad's comment, and then I was thinking a lot about like the recovery from volume expansion failure, and like I'll set up some calls like once I'm done with the FS group thing. So there are two ways of solving this. I've been thinking. One is obviously to return when the expansion is called, return with proper error code, and that's requires some expansion of available error codes, and or maybe like subcodes, I should say. And then the second way is like if there's a way we could accurately query the current volume size, like or towards which the system is working, like some kind of volume capacity call on the control plane, preferably, and then we can decide if the quota could be returned only for those plugins that support that RPC call. I'm thinking on that those two lines. I will have to like yeah make a proposal and go with that.
I wonder if it would be worth having like no a whole other different idea, but I wonder if it would be worth having some intermediate CRD or something
Hmm.
that we can use to actually you know uh, track if an operation is in progress. Kind of like how we have a separate object for volume attachment.
Yeah, we
And at
talked.
least having that separate object means we can
Hmm.
like for sure know guarantee that an operation is in progress or not.
Yeah, but that operation itself does not solve our problem with guarantees about like the size of the volume. Like we can have that condition in the PVC and we still will be this, like we had to kind of run through the cases, and I don't think it necessarily solves all the race conditions that we talked about, like having a separate object.
Okay. Yeah, so when you get a chance, yeah, go ahead and schedule a meeting and be happy to discuss.
Yeah, okay.
All right, thank you. Next is volume health.
I don't think I have additional update. The last last update I got was Ryan is working on the implementing list volumes in the host path driver. So I think that's still the status.
Okay. All right, sounds good. Thank you. I think is Patrick here?
I am, yes.
Do you have any updates on these?
Yeah, not really. When would be a good time to schedule a meeting with Saad and you on the API questions for CSI ephemeral volumes and generic ephemeral volumes? I think that's the next step. I just need to figure out some good time slot.
I think maybe the way that we've done scheduling in the past is just send an email to the group with like a what is that website called to schedule things?
Doodle.
Yeah, Doodle.
Okay.
Send out a Doodle, and then we can see what times work for everybody.
Okay.
All right, sounds good. Let's see, where did my page go? Okay, so that's all the work in progress. I I think there's a couple of to-dos that we have around, I think, Patrick, you're looking at trying to scale the provisioner, and there's a bunch of other outstanding issues around volume attachment, and I think we're going to try to take a look at least some of them. Restoring from a snapshot to a larger size. Are we making progress on this, Hamad? Do you know what we're waiting on?
We haven't made a whole lot of progress since last actually. Like, we are still like Jan has implemented it. I need to talk to him actually, and if there's something you want to implement it for other drivers. So I forgot to talk to him actually, and he's on PTO today. So like not PTO, like the whole Czech Republic is on holiday. So I'll talk to him tomorrow and figure it out.
Hey, I'm sorry,
Okay.
I need to join another meeting again. For sure, have still to record this. So I will stop recording now, and then you guys can continue.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Thanks.